Well, I should have thought of that when we were filming. I shouldn't really have this up here. It's the vilest label I think I've ever seen. Tienes sed? You know what's really ironic, actually? You know the Santorini water? Santorini is a Greek island. There's no water in Santorini. They bring it in boats and barges. Can you believe that? I thought that's... Who was it that thought of that? Wow, there's a good name. This is called, speaking of Greek islands, this is called the Feathered Stud. I'll let your imaginations run with that. It's better than the story. Our interactions with animals reveal our level of humanity. How do we reconcile breeding life forms for human consumption? What's tolerable, acceptable murder? Flies, mosquitoes, ants, spiders, scorpions. To view it from a mathematical perspective, is there an inverse relation between size and consciousness? In other words, is it that the smaller the life form, the greater our willingness to accept and rationalize its demise? How many of us lose sleep over the hundreds of thousands of microorganisms we annihilate each time we inhale or take a step? And how does this compare with the emotions evoked when we witness the slaughter of a whale? It's the summer of 1979. I've rented a quaint whitewashed room on the waterfront of the island of Ios. It's to be a vacation of deep meditation, writing, and relaxation. The setting is perfect, or so I think. Evening, dawn after the first evening. I'm molding the pillow around my ears in an attempt to insulate myself from nature's demonic two-legged alarm clock. The rooming house is a thinly insulated structure elevated by cement pylons over the ground below. Unfathomable logic or a twisted sense of humor houses the chicken coop directly beneath my room. I do what any civilized city dweller would do: hiss, spit, and throw stones at the insomniac monster. Dodging my volleys, he turns his repulsive beak my way and crows on. His harem clucks its support. All right, buddy, I say, you want a cockfight? You got it. Grabbing hold of my bird, which, to paraphrase Lysistrata, is up well before I am, I aim and pee until all is quiet. Every morning thereafter, I get out of bed and earn myself a few extra hours of sleep on an empty bladder. But this chore grows wearisome after a week or so, and I tell Kira Katina, the landlady, that I'll be moving to another rooming house. Now, Kira in Greek, Kira is like Doña, and Katina is just a very basic name. Now, I don't know if you've seen Greek ladies, the widower old Greek ladies. They're kind of like really short, they dress in black, and this one had one of those moles that had the sprouting fountain of pubic hairs coming out of it. Yeah, exactly. And then for those of you who are Mexican or know Chabelo, they all speak like Chabelo. So it's like she goes, this is no exaggeration, this is what they all speak like. It's like the widow gene kicks in and it changes the voice forever. So I'm thinking, okay. She is fearing the loss of one of her renters, so she talks me into staying, assuring me that she'll take care of the problem. That evening, I float on puffy dream clouds in a soothing, rejuvenative slumber. Heat from the late morning sun awakens me. With a rhythmic pulse, the sea caresses the shore and welcomes me in. The vacation I'd longed for. Natural splendor. No telephones, no schedules, no cars, no rooster. I spend a lazy day of sunning and swimming and return to a smiling Kiracatina who invites me to lunch. Touched by this gesture of peasant hospitality, I graciously accept. Entering the dining area, it's on a patio underneath a magnificent grapevine, and I'm impressed by the sheer bounty of the feast. There are salads, beans, tzatziki, homemade Greek wine, freshly baked bread, and the centerpiece, the lifeless, baked rooster. The head has been left decoratively unplucked. Kiracatina beams as she carves the bird and loads my plate. Grease drips out of the side of my mouth as I take a bite of the flesh. For a very brief moment, I feel guilt for having had the prized bird sacrificed. But this ephemeral guilt turns to nausea when I realize I'm eating meat I've spent 10 days marinating with my urine. Thank you. True story. And I started that story saying, our interactions with animals reveal our level of humanity. I'm a monster.